David.
Hi, nice to see you
Hey,
again.
nice to see you again. So, you know, I talked to you during the Waterman, and you seem to be drawn to these stories that have like this fantastical, childlike type of theme lately. Not all the
Hmm.
time, but lately.
Yeah.
And so I'm just interested to know, was there a moment in your childhood that your parents did something or said something that shaped and fostered your creativity, leading you into the world of film entertainment? And are you doing that for your children?
Yeah, absolutely. It was actually not something that they said. It was something they did. When I was 6, even though I was born in the UK, we moved back to Nigeria, and I lived in Nigeria from the age of 6 to 13. So I had the privilege of living in a country, a community, and in a society where I was not the minority. I was part of the majority. I was normal. I was king and pauper. I was, and everything in between. I wasn't sort of sectioned off as a minority, as someone who in some way was being affected by the color of my skin every single day. And that really stuck with me when I then moved back to the UK. And now, having lived in America for 13 years, I've held on to the fact that it should be normal for me to feel like I am normal and not marginalized. You know, that's not the reality, but it should be. And I felt what that feels like because of living in Nigeria for a time. And so these projects I'm drawn to, I even though I loved Amblin movies, or I loved Goonies, Stand By Me, Neverending Story, E.T., Close Encounters, all these great films that we grew up loving, I never really saw myself represented in them. And I don't cast aspersions on those people who made those films. They were doing what they know. But now that I'm being given a platform, all I'm asking is the opportunity to exercise my own bias, which is to see myself reflected in a way that I would have loved to have seen when I was younger. And so that choice my parents made of taking us back to Nigeria has absolutely affected how I approach storytelling. And, whether it's Come Away or The Waterman, these are films I'm effectively making for my 12-year-old self. I know that if I had seen those as a kid, it would have slightly reshaped how I saw the world. I often tell this story about my son, who, when he was 12, and I told him that I was going to be uh, in a Disney movie called Queen of Cartway, his first reaction was to ask me if I was going to be playing the best friend in the film. And that just shocked me, because that was clearly something to do with how he perceived a Black person in a Disney movie, the nature of the role they get to play. And so I have determined that I am going to do everything I can that that is no longer a notion he has, and certainly not the notion that his children are going to have.
I appreciate you for that. Thank you so, so very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks, Carla.